Hello, everybody. This is Barrett Matthews, and welcome to the Prelude to Passion to Profits Atlanta. Now, you heard the other night we did a Prelude to Passion to Profits for the one we're doing in Maryland, but you know I couldn't leave the ATL out. I did Atlanta twice before. The last one we did was a big success. We had a lot of people interested in when we were coming back, when we're doing it again. So we're coming back. May 6th and May 7th, we're going to be in Tucker, Georgia. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to come, go to www.atlantapassion.com. www.atlantapassion.com. You can go online there and get some tickets. They have some discounted rates for you. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but we want to get you guys there, get your face into place. Well, also, we have some incredible speakers there coming to you. We have Mr. Howard White, who's with us today on the webinar. We have Sheila Ashley. We have Idaline Dryden. We have Lisa Tillman Page. We have, let's see, myself. We have myself. I'm gonna be a Passion to Profits as well. But we also have the man, the incredible Mr. Myron Golden is going to be a part of Passion to Profit. So I'm very excited to have him. And I couldn't forget my boy, my man, the guy I work with, the Clark Garrison. I know y'all Atlanta folks, y'all wondering, hold on, Clark Garrison's going to be? Yes, Clark Garrison from Survival Radio Network is going to be there. Atlanta's own, well, by way of Los Angeles, but he's going to be at Passion to Profits Atlanta. Clark Garrison will be there, so we're excited to have him there. Now, Clark is probably one of the most humble people. You know, he doesn't like to admit that he's a celebrity, even though he's up there hobnobbing with everybody, interviewing everybody, all the famous people in movies and everything. So he always says, well, I'm here to learn from all you guys. And yeah, okay, well, he can learn from us, but I learned from him. Clark is a master. And that he started Survival Radio Network. So, you know, just to let you know, that's where he came from. We have, as I mentioned earlier, Myron Golden. He's a millionaire. I don't think I need to say any more. He's a millionaire, and he can show people how to become a millionaire at that. We have Idaline Dryden. I'm just happy to have her there, just breathing, because Idaline is a tax preparer. She's a CPA, so you know this time of year she is knee deep in paper. So she's going to be there with us, but she's going to talk to you guys about how to build a business through networking. She is a phenomenal networker. She's incredible at networking. So I'm glad to have her there. We have Lisa Tillman Page, who's going to work with you about your mindset. She's going to get your mindset right. Make sure that you are ready to deal with you. And the same is going to take place when we talk with Sheila Ashley. Sheila is a minister. She's a speaker. She goes all over Georgia speaking in different places. She's always been speaking at schools and so forth. But she's going to talk about getting to know yourself, really getting to know you, because if you can't function in business if you don't know you. Now, I didn't want to leave my man Howard out, but I wanted Howard to get on here and tell you himself who he is, what he's going to be talking about, and how he can help you, and why you need to talk to Howard. Howard, how you doing, my brother?
Doing great tonight, Barrett. Glad that I was able to jump on the call, man.
Oh, I'm glad you're here too, man. What I want you to do is just spend some time. I ain't putting no time restraints on you, man. Just talk about who Howard White is, what it is that you do, why they need to come to Passion to Profits Atlanta. And I heard you got some tickets too that they may want to hit you up for. That's what I heard. I heard you got some discounted rates, but that's what I heard. That's the rumor. So anyway, Howard White, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Barrett. But no, as you talk about it, first of all, appreciate you putting together an event, because people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes of actually putting an event together. It's actually a lot of work happens before people show up, before the lights go on. But no, myself, I'm down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I actually have a business, a promotional marketing company, and a retail store in Baton Rouge. So actually a business owner, live the life of an entrepreneur, but my true calling is helping others win and realize dollars. You put those first letters together, that's what Howard is. That's who Howard is, helping others win and realize dollars. And, you know, the great thing about myself, I've had a lot of great experiences ranging from, you know, growing up in Mississippi and seeing a lot of just hands-on grassroots entrepreneurship happening and didn't realize it. You know, I go back, I was on a radio show Saturday morning, and one of the guests said, who's one of your greatest role models? I said, it was my grandfather.
Mm.
You know, I mean, he would actually take me out on Saturday mornings, and one of the things he would always say is, you know, I look at the blueprint, and he'll say, add another. So I said, well, hey, Daddy, this is not on the blueprint. He was like, well, you always give them something extra. You know, in Louisiana we call it lanyard, but Mississippi it was just something extra. And he said, you always go beyond, and that's something I always challenge all entrepreneurs is, you know, promise a lot, but deliver even more. A lot of times people say, what is it, over promise? I mean, I'm sorry, under promise and over deliver. I'm saying, no, promise a lot and then deliver even more. And
All
that's
right.
why you're going to stand out as an entrepreneur. But now I'm excited about coming to Atlanta. You know, one of the things we're going to be talking about in individuals that show up, what they're going to get is at least 7 ways to grow their business this summer. 7 ways to grow their business this summer. And I think that is the key thing is how do you grow your business now? Because us as entrepreneurs, we're looking for ways now to get dollars and new revenue into our business. So that's what we're going to talk about.
Wow. 7 ways to grow your revenue this summer. I'm looking grow your business this summer. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be exciting. Now, I want to talk to you because you actually have some tickets for them, right?
Yes, they can actually. Best way for that is because we're doing some special stuff. When I say special stuff, they just inbox me and say, "Hey, Howard, I want to show up." Then I will send them the private details.
All right.
Otherwise, they can go to passionatlanta.com and get tickets also.
So they can inbox you. This Howard White on Facebook.
Howard White on Facebook.
Sounds easy enough to me.
And our business Facebook page is Business Growth Dynamics Consulting.
Business Growth Dynamics Consulting. So, guys, if you know Howard White, if you don't know Howard White, but you want to come to Passion to Profits Atlanta, I suggest you hit the brother up because he's giving you some discounts on getting there. And I promise you guys, you will not regret being at Passion to Profits. We had a good time last time, and we're going to do some even more fun stuff things this time, more activities. We're going to get more people involved. And one of the people who was at Passion to Profits now, who actually was a guest before, but now is one of our key speakers. She's with us today, Miss Sheila Ashley. Sheila, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Barrett, I'm tired.
Tired? Oh, see, I told y'all earlier, Sheila is always somewhere speaking, going, gone. Sheila is always somewhere. So she finally get to sit down in her rocking chair.
I love that chair, man.
I love the chair.
Thank you. Actually, I just got home off the road about an hour ago.
Oh, my.
So I showered up and I took off all makeup, and to stay awake, I came out here on this back porch so that I could be
Well, look, I'm not gonna keep you too long tonight, Sheila, because I don't want you snoring on camera. So what we're gonna do is I want you to tell everyone who you are, what they're gonna get from Passion to Profits Atlanta from you, and why it's so important that they get there. So Sheila Ashley, everybody.
Hey, everyone. I'm, like Barrett said, I'm Sheila Ashley, and also known as the Cleanup Woman. No, I'm not your maid service. I am your inspirational servant. And so what I do is I help you get from that stuck place to your next place. I am a wife, a mother, a full-time grandmother of 2 little ones with special needs. I am a certified advocate for families with disability and special needs. I am a community activist. I am an advocate for sexual assault and domestic violence. I am a survivor of 6 years of domestic violence.
Wow.
Brutal domestic violence. Just a backdrop off of that, I know what it is to be thrown off of 3-story buildings. I know what it is to be tied to a Ford Bronco and driven by a drunk man. I know what it is to meet a fist every Friday night at 8 p.m. And I know what it is to just lie and pretend and wear the mask that everything is okay, and to live in a stuck place because you're putting up a facade in front of everybody else. And so my job as the Cleanup Woman is to help everybody get from that stuck place, that place where they're wearing the mask in order to put on a certain lifestyle in front of everyone else. And outside of all of my other many gifts, my husband and I are pastors. And so that kind of gives me an advantage of what it is that I do, because God has given me the gift of discernment So along with my natural talent, I've been advocating for domestic violence and sexual assault for almost 20 something years. I've been advocating um, on the behalf of people with special needs almost 20 something years. So in dealing with these people, I'm able to not only just give them advice and help them. I've lived this life. You know, I have family members that have special needs. I've lived this life. So I know pretty much when people are faking it, trying to make it. And my job as the cleanup woman is to help them stop faking, feel safe in an environment where they can just pull that mask off and not be pitied, but to be helped to become the best them that God has created them to be. Most people don't want to stay stuck, but they want to feel safe in their process of becoming free. And so that is my job as the cleanup woman, is to create a safe environment to help them become the best them that God has created them to be. And I'm excited about it. I absolutely love what I do. It's tedious and it's tiring at times because it seems like I need a clone at times, but I am honored that God has chosen me to do what I do. I have celebrity clients. They mean no more to me than Joe Blow down the street do. I don't take any money from my celebrity clients. Therefore, they can't buy me. So they get the same real me that Mr. and Mrs. Jones next door get. They get the in-the-face Sheila, but they get the loving person that they need for the moment that they need it. And then we're right back to getting back down to the nitty-gritty. So I'm looking forward to meeting the people and just letting them know that you can be stuck. It's okay, because we all get stuck. There is not a person on the face of this earth that has not been stuck at one point in time or another. But the difference between the great ones and the stuck ones, those people that choose to be stuck permanently, is those that find a way out. Not those that just want a way out, but those that will find that way out. Those that are willing to unmask themselves, to be vulnerable in order for people to help them to become unstuck. And so I'm looking for those that are willing to say, hey, here's my mask, here am I, here's my story, and let's take their story and rewrite their future. Not do away with their past, take their past and make a platform and tell somebody their story and help the next person.
Wow, I love it. I love it. And Sheila, also, now I didn't put any tickets in your hand, but I will if you like. I know you said you're so busy on the road, but here's the thing, guys. If you know Sheila, if you know Sheila, I'm just put it like this. If you know Sheila, you know you need to be at the event. It's that simple. I had the pleasure of having Sheila at the last Passion of Prophets in Atlanta, and she is one of the most genuine people you will ever meet. She is a sweetheart. She is just a good person, and what she's saying to you here, it's her. She is a giver, and that is so good to see that someone's just genuinely giving from the heart. They're not looking for anything but to give to people. And I love that about her. So that's why I wanted her to be a part of this, to share that gift of hers, and that's a gift. I want her to share that gift with everyone at the event at Passion of Prophets, because it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be good, but everyone's going to come away with something. Everyone's going to come away different than they were when they came. Everyone's going to come away with different relationships, with different people that they have met, and you never know what can come with this. That's how Howard and I got to do this event together. We've been at different events together, and we said, let's do something together. Now, Howard, as he said, he's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but he's coming to Atlanta to share with you because he knew this event could help so many people. The Sheila's waving at you. Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be a great time, and we're gonna form some more synergy, and that's what it's about, man. It's about working synergistically together and forming relationships and helping other people to grow. And now I didn't go into this, and I want to touch a little bit more. You might be wondering, well, what is Passion of Prophets about? Passion of Prophets is about you. You, whoever's watching, it's about you. You have ideas in your head. You have dreams, you have goals, and you did not act on them yet. Or you started and you stopped because something just pulled you away from it. What we want to do is take those ideas, take those dreams, take them and turn them into income for you. Turn it into a business for you. Make it into something that you can actually do, and so that you can benefit from it as well. We don't want to have you just give away your ideas, but we wanted to make it so that you can turn it into something that's useful. You know, we all have gifts, and we don't act on it. We don't want that gift to go to the wealthiest place on earth, which is the graveyard.
Yeah.
We want that gift to help the world. Well, if you keep it in your head, it's not going to help the world. David Allen had a quote that says, "The mind is for having ideas, not holding them." Don't hold on to your ideas. Let them come out. We're here to help you with that. And each one of the speakers has a different way of how they do their thing, the thing that they do. That's why I didn't do it like other people do, where it's a workshop for you. No, I want each person to talk to you about different ways that they went about it, and to show you how you can do it. You can go about it, because my flavor may not be your flavor. Howard's may not be your flavor. Sheila's may not be your flavor. But we want you to take part in listening to what these people have to say. Everyone comes from a different background. Everyone has something different to offer. The key is, who can you grab onto? How many can you grab onto that can help you to get to where you want to be? So that's what Passion to Profits is about. It's about grabbing onto that passion you have and turning it into something instead of letting it lie dormant inside you. I want to have you guys just jump in anywhere if you want. Just talk on this subject of people going for what they want.
One of the things I love that Sheila said, and I haven't had a chance to meet Sheila, so Sheila, glad to meet you as you chilled out there on the back porch. She said from a stuck place to the next place. So no matter where you are, if you're thinking about starting out, that means you're stuck. It's stuck up here in your head, and you need to get it out of your head and find a way and someone to help you implement a strategy, because you got to have a plan in order to make it happen. You know, the things that Sheila was speaking about, and I've unfortunately been around abuse before, and when a lady has a plan and made up her mind that I'm going to do something different and have a plan, things change. Same way with business owners.
Absolutely.
When you have a plan for that second half of the year, and it's a great time to come in May, because you're about to go into the summer months when everybody else is slowing down. Your competition is slowing down. They're getting ready to take vacation. So you can have your plan in place, and just when they wake up and get back to school and get back to business, you can be like, hey, y'all, I'm out in front now. Y'all got to catch me to this fourth quarter, that fourth leg of the race. But I think that is the key thing, Barrett, and you said a great thing when you talked about David Allen. As a man thinketh, because ideas are the start of things. And, I want to say this to people, and as you listen to this and really think about this, nothing new on earth has been invented since the beginning of time. Sand was always there, but it took someone to blow it and heat it to make glass. It took someone else to reframe it to make silicon chips. So there are a lot of ideas, but all the tools and resources are here. It's just a matter of how do you reframe it, rethink it, and then put a plan in place. And that's what we're trying to help entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofit leaders, because really you're running a business. If you're going to serve people, you have to think of new ways and have new strategies to help those people.
I agree. Sheila, did you have anything to add to that?
Barrett, one of the things I want to say, I want to invite people to Passion for Profit, is because, I speak at a lot of events. I go to a lot of events, and I don't know about Howard, but the host is always so anxious, and they're always standing up and they're walking the room while the speakers are speaking. One of the things I loved about Barrett is he sat down and speaker was saying he was in the moment. He embraced every moment of the event. He didn't lord over his speakers. He wasn't anxious. Even if he was, in his mind playing things out, it didn't make everyone else in the room uncomfortable because he was anxious. He took part of the event by sitting in the audience, and he just lived in the moment, and that spoke volumes for Barrett. To me, I can't say what other people from events, but for me, speaking on different platforms and being in different events, and as a conference host myself, I just know that it's important to show your attendees that you're appreciative of the quality in the speakers that you're bringing as well, and that you understand that those speakers have something that they brought to the table and that even you can learn from it. And Barrett, you nailed it. I mean, I really just want to say that to you. You nailed that, and that was awesome to see. The environment was absolutely wonderful. We all was, didn't want to leave by the end of the night because we enjoyed each other so much. Not only that, we still, when we went to dinner, the information that was spread around that dinner table was valuable. Information that other people would pay for. We got it at the dinner table in that environment. And so I've kept, a relationship with the other speakers. And I just want to encourage everybody to come out. And I've been busy, of course I've been busy, but I have been hitting that inbox telling my friends that are in the Atlanta area, come on out. Barrett's a great guy, but not only that, these speakers are phenomenal people, not just out here on platforms because you just want to babble. No one wants to set themselves up just to babble. If you're out there talking, you have something to say. And I'm excited to see what each and every one of the speakers have to say. I'm excited to learn from every one of the speakers, and I'm excited to be able to be on the platform. Barrett, I want to say thank you for bringing me in on the platform, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful.
I'm grateful to have you, and thank you so much for that wonderful compliment, because it's funny. This is a good point that she just made. You never know what other people are seeing in you. You never know what people are thinking about you. What you described about me and how I handle things, that's just how I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to listen. I wanted to learn myself. As a speaker, I'm still a student. Not just as something. I'm a student of how speakers speak and how they go about presenting, but I want to hear the content. So to me, it was for me. I wanted to learn. And so yeah, I was part of the audience because I figured I get a chance to have all of this talent in one room. I'm excited about that. That's a thrill to have all of that in one room and to pour into me as well as the audience. Then I was picking myself apart throughout the whole thing. Okay, what can I do better? What can I do this time? What can I do the next time? And so forth. But the thing is, I was a student. I wanted to learn. And I never knew that was something that was being observed, and I'm appreciative of that because I didn't know what you were thinking about that, and I'm glad to know that because that is something people look at different things, and you never know what people are thinking and what people are watching. But I learned a long time ago that someone's always watching you.
Absolutely.
So you better hold yourself to a level that you would want to be seen. Someone's always watching you, and I definitely appreciate that. And I honestly believe that this event is going to be bigger and better than the last one. I mean, we had a lot of fun last time. We're going to have more fun this time. And like she mentioned, Howard, at dinner we shared, at lunch we shared. Oh, lunch was fun too. We had a great time at lunch, and it was just we just had a good time. We enjoyed each other, and I think that was probably the most important thing about it. So for those of you who are thinking about coming to the event, stop thinking. Just come. Stop thinking about it. You have nothing to think about. If it's on your mind, if you're considering it, then come. Then come.
Well, Barrett, I would say this to the people. A lot of times people say, I can get the video, I can get the recording. No, you can't. I mean, there are conversations that happen behind the scenes. There are conversations that happen before
Absolutely.
the stage is set that sometimes are bigger lessons. I know I can speak personally of a recent event I went to, and one of my workers was with me. They said, you didn't come into this session. I said, yeah, I sat out here and sat with Ziegler. I sat with this person. I sat with this person. And I had 15 minutes individual time with these folks that I couldn't pay for. I mean, let's be real. But with that said, is the conversations that you have, the relationships that you start, and the the information that you see, because when you get the recording, you're going to hear things, but you're not going to see what really happened. And that's why I would challenge anyone that is in the Atlanta area or within driving distance or even on a plane. It's worth hopping on a plane because I'm flying in. There are several other speakers flying in. Barrett's flying in. So it really will be worth for you coming in and investing 2 days, just 2 small days,
Yes.
to leverage your business and have the best rest of the year that you can have.
And that's a good point. I mean, how much is it worth to change your life? I mean, that's really what it boils down to. How much is it worth to change your life? We're talking about 2 days of your life so that you don't have to live your life the rest like that again. I honestly can say that I have been around some of the greatest people that I've met in environments like this. Um, Howard and I got to spend some time last year in Atlanta at the Billionaire Mastermind Forum, just to be in the environment with so many people. I mean, we got to spend time there with a Myron Golden, with a West, with Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, all in the same environment. And it's like you don't get that. So we were just so excited to spend that time with them, and of course we got to spend time with each other to network and to fellowship with one another, and just share that love that was within the environment. You're going to get this same type of thing at Passion of Profits in Atlanta. I want to give you guys, if you want to register right now, www.atlantapassion.com. www.atlantapassion.com. Do it now. Come to the event. You're going to enjoy it. You won't regret it. I promise you won't regret it. We're going to make sure you have fun. We're going to do more giveaways this time. We're going to have more activities, more games. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, I mean, I encourage you guys to come. And you get to hear people like Howard and Sheila. So I'm excited.
Hey, Derek, I tell you what, I'll toss this in, and you and I have not talked about it, so if it doesn't fit, hit the delete button. Someone that the next 5 folks, I will do a group session. I do a session called 15K in 45 minutes. This is a group coaching call. So what I'll do is I'll come in early for breakfast on Saturday morning.
Wow.
And actually, those 5 individuals that buy tickets, they go online and buy tickets from you, I will sit down over breakfast and help them identify new revenue in their business in a small group setting to really help them jumpstart and blow through this.
Whoa. Are you serious?
I will do that.
Whoa. And I say I'm letting you guys know that I'm truly excited.
Wow.
It's genuine, because I have heard this program that Howard has, 15K in 45 minutes before. I'm shocked that he's giving this to you like this. I am. So yeah, I mean, no, that's welcome. I mean, hey, so basically, if you go to the website now, www.atlantapassion.com, get your tickets to this event, and you got a bonus in there. Howard just gave you a bonus. I had nothing to do with that. Howard.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about it. Like I said, we hadn't talked about it. So we'll have breakfast before the session. You got to be an early riser. All great entrepreneurs are early risers.
And just so you know, that hotel has some good breakfast there too. So.
Hey, down south, they always have some grits, bacon, eggs, sausage, all that stuff to go with it.
Yeah, it's a good breakfast there. So I mean, I encourage you to do it. Take advantage of it. Howard's giving you something. So, wow, I'm excited. Sheila, do you have anything that you wanted to add about the event? I know you're tired.
You can't let me sit down too long.
The chair may stop rocking, huh?
Yeah, stop rocking.
No, all jokes aside, I'm excited. I am hopeful. Y'all don't start laughing. I am hopeful that all of the speakers will get behind Barrett and just at least obligate themselves to 3 to 5 tickets and push the tickets. And you never know when it's going to be your event. What you make happen for someone else, God will make happen for you. And
That's right.
One of the things is we always have to be willing to be a part of the bigger picture. Today may be a small picture of Barrett's event, but tomorrow may be something big. And we don't want to miss out on being a part of the big just because we're looking at the small today. And so I encourage all of the speakers, get behind this. If you've agreed to be a speaker, and Barrett, if I'm stepping over my boundaries, please stop me. But if you've agreed to be a speaker, please make sure that you're pushing your tickets. You know, let's aim for 3 to 5. How many people does that room hold, Barrett?
It holds 40. With 40 people.
40. So how many speakers do we have?
We
How
have
many speakers do we have?
about 6 speakers.
6 speakers.
6.
6. Okay, so we have 6 speakers. So we all can push, you know, aim for about a good 5 tickets each. You know, 6 tickets comfortably. Make it, you know, that we can get the seats filled and make sure that we don't. That's not hard. That's not hard to do. And you may say, well, I really don't know people in Atlanta. Okay, you got friends on Facebook, so let's push it. Let's push it. You know, my schedule's busy, your schedule's busy, we're all busy, but it doesn't take but a second to cut and paste something in somebody's inbox and, you know, post those pictures up. I saw that you sent the pictures of everybody, Barrett. I was up in the mountains in Kentucky, and I really wasn't getting any signal, but I promise I'll get them up.
I know you will. I never worry about you. That's one thing. I don't worry about you.
Tomorrow.
And
you know, think I was ignoring you this weekend. I will get them up at some point in time when I get back in tomorrow.
I don't worry about Sheila Ashley. I don't. That's one thing I don't worry about you.
And my word is bond. If I don't do something, you know I done died.
Right.
If I didn't say I'm gonna do something and I don't do it, that meant Jesus called me home before you got to me.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, just the speakers, just stay encouraged and push those tickets so that we don't, you know, waste Howard's time coming from Louisiana, your time coming from the Maryland area, Shay and the rest of them. And you know, it's never a waste of time when you can share with even just one person. I'm not moved by numbers. Never moved by that. Even with my conferences, I'm never moved by that. But the thing is, you want to be able to share the quality of information and the wealth of knowledge that your speakers have. And it's just not fair. If you agree to be a part of an event, let's pull our own weight and let's just help Barrett get those seats filled, and let's change some lives.
Yeah, and guys, we're gonna put on another broadcast like this before the event, probably in about a week and a half or so like this. We'll put another broadcast just to promote the event a little bit more. But as Sheila said, push the tickets. Tell people to come. Everybody knows somebody in Atlanta. Everybody, every black person especially. We all know somebody in Atlanta. So just reach out.
And $97 isn't that much. I mean, that's my appetizer when I go out to eat. That's mine, not my husband's. That's just, I'm a big girl. I like to eat.
You are not a big girl. Will you stop it?
And she like to eat at big places. That's what it
is.
It's a choice of restaurants.
I like that though. But it's
you know, 97.
What the value of this event is much more than what we're charging for the tickets. It is much more. I mean, probably 10 times more than that, or even more than that, just from what you're going to get. So we the price should not be an issue, because I heard an expression say price is only an object in the absence of value. Well, you're going to get plenty of value. Yeah. You're going to get plenty of value for it. You will not regret it. I promise you that much. But the thing is, you have to take action. You got to take action. Get up and come. You will not regret it. I promise you that. Take the time. If you really want to be an entrepreneur, you got to invest in yourself. Not just the money, but the time. Put in the time to make things happen. Learn from people who've been there before. Learn from people who've gone through what you've gone through. Learn from people who can show you what direction you need to go in now. But you got to show up. Howard said earlier, you know, the people say I can watch it on video. We're not videotaping this. There's a reason why. Because we want you to get your butt up and get into place.
Absolutely.
We need you there. We don't video. I don't videotape. I could easily videotape this and stream it like we're watching right now, but I choose not to, because I know the people that show up are the ones that want it. Well, the ones that don't show up. What'd you say?
No, I was just going to challenge the folks. You know, and Sheila said something earlier. You know, if you're in a stuck or a stalled place, you may not be going as fast as you want to. You may not be completely stuck, but you may not be going as fast as you want to. I want to ask you this question. What are you going to do differently to accelerate? If what you've been doing has gotten you to where you are now, what are you going to do differently?
Absolutely.
And I always challenge people that, you know, we set goals, and the goals that we set, we are not. So
Right.
you must grow into those goals. You must grow into that new person that can live that
Okay,
goal and
Howard.
realize that goal.
Okay, hey, Howard. Okay, I'm writing that down, and I'm letting you know I'm adding that in my piece.
Hey, girl, I got about 3, 4 more lines for you. I've been taking notes. Y'all been
Oh gosh, he took yours too, huh?
that's part of what we do in 15K in 45 minutes. I mean, I really, you know, as one of the things, and Sheila said it is, we all have God, and Barrett said we have God-given talents, and realizing those talents and best determining how to utilize those talents. I always like to say first you got to realize it, then you got to live-lize it. You know, it starts up here as an idea, but then now you got to take it out there and live-lize it, because that's what a lot of us don't do. You know, a bunch of our friends, man, I got this idea. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. 2 years down the road, same idea. They have not done anything to live-lize it. And I know some of the other speakers that I know in there are going to give you some strategies to help you live-lize it and put it into action. So this time next year, you're in a different place and you're coming back saying, I want more and more and more so I can be more.
That's the truth. And let me tell you something. On that same note, I spoke yesterday at, we had an event, Awaken the Force, and I talked about the fact that God gave you ideas that he didn't give to me. God gave you ideas he didn't give to Sheila. He didn't give to Howard.
Absolutely.
He gave them to you. For you to sit on those ideas and not utilize them is slapping God in the face. You are basically saying, I don't want this blessing. And believe me, I ain't had nothing to do with it, but God knows. So I can't say, because, you know, here's the thing. You're going to look at somebody years from now or maybe a month from now and say, you know, I had that idea. They turned that into a multi-million-dollar business. You did have that idea. God gave it to you. You chose not to do anything with it. So they didn't steal it from you. They didn't take your ideas, a lot of people say. No, you chose not to do anything with it.
Yep.
What we want to do at Passion of Profits is pull that idea out and put it into use. We want to make it so that you can say, hey, you guys are doing this. Help me. Help me. All of us. I can. Sheila can. Howard can. Myron can. Edeline can. Lisa can. We all can help you to put that in. Clark can. We can all help you put it into place. But you got to get there first. And then we can work with you on taking that idea and putting it into more action. I promise you this much, too. While you're there, you're going to think of more ideas. Because being in that environment, it's like the enthusiasm. It's contagious. You're in that environment with all these people. Your mind will start racing. You're like, oh my gosh, I got enough that I can use that in my business, or I can do something with that. It happens all the time, but it will only happen if you're there, if you're at the event. So, guys, we're gonna end it in a couple minutes, but I want to give you guys any last words, because I know that Sheila got to get to bed. So Sheila, any last words before we sign
And you know
off?
my day starts at 4:30 in the morning.
Woo! Sheila, any last words?
No, I'm honored, and I'm looking forward to meeting you, Howard. Barrett, good to see you again. Get back with everyone and just roll up our sleeves, get these tickets sold, and get some bodies in these seats and change some lives and see what God is going to do. One of the things is I've always told my children when they were growing up, which they're older now, I always told them, I said, you know, what you see mommy do now, at that time I was a single mother, and we didn't have anything. I tell people all the time, God created the McDonald's value meal because of a single mother's prayer. I prayed and God answered, and I saw the commercial on TV. 39-cent hamburgers, 49 cents cheeseburgers, and I said, let's go. I pulled out the back seat of my car, and we scraped up the change out of there, and we went to McDonald's. My kids thought they were the richest kids in the world. And I tell them, they said, Mommy, why are we going and why are we helping other people's children? Why are we doing stuff in the community when we don't have things? You know, why are you so passionate about helping other people when they're not passionate about helping themselves. And one of the things that I've always taught my children that they value to today is that when God calls us home, we want to leave a legacy of a lifetime that's going to carry on life cycle after life cycle after life cycle. That it's not just about my name, but I have left my very DNA in the earth, that it is transferring from generation to generation. And it's not, anybody can have your name, but when they have your DNA, that thing is imprinted into them, and they're going to carry out what's in that DNA. I can die today or tomorrow knowing that what's in my DNA is going to be recycled generation after generation. And I think at the Passion to Profit, that's what we're doing. Is we're imprinting our DNA into the next generation of people to continue to carry out whatever it is that God has called for them to carry out. We're just a catalyst to crank it up, get them to jump start it, put it in drive, and to go where God is leading them to go at. So I'm honored to be a part of that.
Wow. Howard, any last words?
You know, Barrett, I just hope I can sow some seeds. I always use this analogy, and I challenge people to cut an apple open. And when you look at that apple seed, there are typically 4 or 5 seeds in an apple. But now if you take that seed, I dare you to count the number of apples in that seed. It all depends on what happens with that apple. It's just like our lives. If we choose to get planted in the right place, we can become an orchard. If we allow ourselves to be fertilized and pruned properly, we can bear great fruits. But a lot of times we refuse. We choose and refuse not to be allowed to be planted. Now, I was listening, right now I'm studying Miles Monroe, who's a great person. Was a great person. You know, he said too many times we don't allow ourselves to be planted somewhere and properly fertilized. And events like Passion to Profit will properly fertilize and help prune you so you can grow into that fruit-bearing tree that you want to be. So I challenge you to show up so you can become an orchard to your own land, to your own people, to your own purpose. And that's the key thing, to your own purpose, because we all have a different purpose. And I'll close on this, and I remember in my second book, I was interviewing a guy who quit his 6-figure job back in the 80s to start a nonprofit. He started a nonprofit, and we were sitting there, and I asked him, I said, what made you decide to do that? He said, I just kept having dreams, and I realized what I was doing was not my passion. And he said, God showed me that if I follow my true passion, that I will find my true profit. So I challenge you to really do that yourself, is to come out, tap into your true passion, and the speakers that are going to be on the platform are going to give you some strategies and tips to help you find your true profit.
All right. Well, guys, I thank you guys for both being on the webinar tonight. We're going to be doing another hangout in about a week and a half or so to promote this event. I urge you all, get in touch with Sheila. Get in touch with Howard. Get those tickets. Howard already made y'all a great offer. You can't pass that up to get a chance to spend breakfast with him. Go to this website, www.atlantapassion.com, www.atlantapassion.com. If you have any problems with it, just call me. Get online and let me know, and we'll make sure that you get tickets to this event. We want to have you all in the place. We have so much to give to you guys, and it's going to be a blast, I promise you. So everybody, as I always say before we sign off, don't just settle for being awesome. Set your goal to all them all and take action. I'm Barrett Matthews. Have a good night, everybody. I'll talk to you later.
God bless.
God bless. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.